And welcome. So good to have you all back. I am Terry Ann Porter, Life Coach TA, and I'm continuing in my series. You've heard me talk about this Toastmasters thing. I'm continuing in my series. Today, I have a very special guest. I can't wait for you to meet Ray Wardlow. I met Ray when I first walked into this Toastmasters Club that we're both currently members of. And I tell you what, I want to be Ray when I grow up. Ray, welcome. I'm so excited you are here. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Terry. I appreciate it.
We are members of Toastmasters, Tower Talkers Toastmasters Club. Now, I know how long I've been here. I'm a baby compared to Ray when it comes to Toastmasters. I've been here for 7 years now. Ray, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
You take that 7 years that you have and put another 30 with it, and I've been
Oh my goodness.
37 years.
37 years. Oh my gosh. And the amazing thing is, it's all within the same club.
Absolutely, nothing but tower talkers.
Oh wow. And Ray and I are so excited. Tower Talkers in March of 1974 was first charted, which means that they are now 50 years old. And you have been there for 37 of them. Well, Ray, I have to ask, why Toastmasters? What led you to join?
Well, back in 1972, when I graduated from high school, I went to Hallmark Cards on a Thursday, got a job on Thursday, went to work on the following Monday, and I thought I had the world by the tail. I went to college, I got my education, and I thought, wow, I'm going to get me one of those professional staffing positions in the office area of downtown Hallmark. I, at the time, was at Liberty at Hallmark there in an hourly position. I wanted a professional salary position. I got my degree in management accounting, and I said, okay, I'm going downtown and I'm going to meet with the professional staffing assistant down there to see if I can't get an interview lined up today. I went down to Hallmark. He interviewed me for about 5 minutes. And he said, whoa, wait a minute. Stop right there. He handed me a piece of paper and he said, here, take this. You need Toastmaster. You've got to learn how to speak to sell yourself. That was my first intro into Toastmasters. We went to the Toastmaster meeting at Tower Talkers the first night. They thought, wow, this is a brand new member possibly. I said, yes, I'll join tonight, actually. I joined, and here I am 37 years later. I'm still doing what I did 37 years ago, helping other people become better communicators.
So is that why you have stayed in Toastmasters?
I have worked through my channels in Toastmasters with Hallmark. I did get a professional staffing position. It took me about 2 years. It takes a while, but I had a lot more confidence in myself. I had the willpower and the knowing that I could sell myself because Toastmasters taught me all those things. They said, okay, you've got to communicate. You're an introvert. You've got to speak out and you've got to let people know what you're all about. And Toastmasters helped me to do that. Then when I got to my plateau that I reached up for and got my professional staffing position, I said, okay, what's other people going to be doing if I'm not in Toastmasters to be out there helping them? They can't be talking to a bunch of empty chairs. I had valuable feedback from people that I knew in Toastmasters. If there's not other people out there in that audience wanting to help them, then they have no chance of really learning what it takes to be a better communicator and to sell themselves as well. So that is my really joy at the moment, is just see other people grow like I did. And it is one of the most fantastic organizations that I've ever been with.
I really have learned a lot watching you speak, your quiet manner. I'm obviously just a little bit more outgoing, a little bit louder than you are. But I've watched in watching you, I could look and say, gosh, there are so many things in Ray that I want and I need to learn. The biggest thing was me slowing down. I can get to be a fast talker, and just your easy going manner, the way you're speaking now, this is the way you present. I just
Absolutely.
admire that. I've learned so much from that. I'm so glad you stayed in so that I could get that. And the feedback. You give very valuable feedback.
Yes, that is the most important part of Toastmasters, really. You can speak to a mirror and practice and practice and practice, but until you get live feedback from people that are actually hearing you, you don't know how you're coming across to
Mhm.
people. You got to sell yourself every time out there, whether it's in a small gathering at a party. It makes you feel better to be in that crowd because you've got that confidence that you know that you can speak well, you can reverberate what you're trying to say to those people, and that gives you all the confidence in the world, and other people look on you as, boy, that person has got something going on. He's really a great communicator.
How does how does Toastmasters help develop that confidence?
It helps you with the valuable feedback that you get. It's something about practice. You got to practice, practice, practice all the time. I can remember back when I gave my first speech, I was petrified to get up in front of, we probably had 10 to 15 members at that time. I had to memorize every word of my 4 to 6 minute speech. That's how I started out, with that type of frightening experience that you get. But it's like the old verbiage, you got butterflies out there that are going all different kinds of ways in your stomach. And you'll still get those butterflies. I don't care how many times you speak, but they make the butterflies fly in formation the more experience you get with Toastmasters to have that confidence.
I like that phrase, helping the butterflies fly in formation. They're still there, but in formation. Oh, what a great visual. I'll have to hold on to that one.
Yes.
When you attend now, what is something that you enjoy the most about attending club meetings?
I still enjoy giving the speeches because it helps you to brush up on keeping everything fresh. But if you get away from Toastmasters for a short period of time, you'll notice that you got the ands and the uhs and ahs and the so's, a lot of these connecting words that you don't need. The more of those things that you can leave out of your presentation or your speaking to just, it may be just strangers. They're hearing you for the first time and they're going to say, wow, that's not the perfect speaker I thought he was, but I'm not perfect. But if you don't keep practicing, then you lose some of the skills that you have sharpened over the years to keep you in front of people and keep selling yourself. You sell yourself every day.
That is interesting, and that is something I do like about Toastmasters. We have, for those of you who don't know, we typically have something who does watch for the ahs and the ahs and reports at the end of the evening on that. And it's quite amazing that you can think, oh, I just did this entirely perfect. I never said a single one. And then to find out that somebody who was actually listening to you, how many they caught. I have to say, Toastmasters has made me a terrible, what would I call it? There's my a presentation watcher, especially for the professionals, especially from politicians, how many ahs and ums they have. I end up spending more time counting the ahs and ums than hearing what they have to say. So there's something I have to work on. But it is really something you don't realize you do until someone gently points it out. That's the thing I like about Toastmasters. Gently points it out. It's not a, my gosh, girl, do you know what you 39 ums in those first three sentences, there's no there's not a harshness to it. And I like that, especially the way you give feedback. Very, very just making you aware of it. So becoming aware is the only thing that you have to start with that to move forward.
Right. That's a good analogy. Your whole world changes whenever you start getting this feedback of, okay, you had 15 ahs this time. The next time you're watching somebody else, like you said, live on TV, a lot of our politicians or a lot of our television personalities, they have all these ahs and ums, and you weren't even fathoming this thing of ahs and ums or what a good speaker is supposed to be doing until somebody tells you.
And that's right.
That's what happens. That's what happens in Toastmasters. You learn what you need to learn to get yourself to a better position in life, especially if another promotion comes along. They're going to look for those people that have better skills on communication. Communication is number one.
Absolutely. Tell me about leadership. How does Toastmasters help you with leadership?
There's all kinds of chances in Toastmasters for leadership. I, for one, have gone all the way up to what we call an area governor. That just gives you another level of ability to meet other clubs and to keep other clubs on task for what they're supposed to be doing. We have several different positions in the club that are, number one is president, which I know Terry Ann's been president multiple times. But Toastmasters not only gives you the skills, it gives you the positions within the club to practice those skills in a leadership position. That's why with Toastmasters, I know when I started, they call it a communication and a leadership opportunity. A lot of people don't realize that you get the chance to practice that leadership right in your own club by taking on some of these positions either within the club itself, or we've got areas or districts outside of our club as well that have a multitude of different opportunities that you can show you can lead and you can show that you can communicate.
Many opportunities. And, if it's not perfect, that's okay. It's a great, you're in there to learn, and you're not learning alone. There's always people to help, aren't there?
Absolutely. Always seasoned Toastmasters there. That's what's kept me in the business as well so long, is I've had a lot of experience over 37 years. I could give a lot of feedback of what I've learned and what I've seen. And that's what Toastmasters is about. You giving back. You give back to other people so the world can be a better place to live in.
While we're talking, I'm going to share a link out to learn more about now. Reed and I are in a club called Tower Talkers Toastmasters. What kind of changes have you seen in this club? Now, the club's been here for 50 years. We're celebrating. We're so excited. You've been here for 37. Anything stand out to you? Just that people really need to know about this.
They need to know that this is not about going on a professional speaking tour. It's not that. It can be. If you want to expand it into a professional speaking role, we've had some people do that. But it is taking a chance to make you a better person, especially if you're an introvert. Myself, I'm an introvert. I need some coaching, a little bit of time one-on-one with another person. That's why we do coaches in our club, where we have people working with you one-on-one if you would like, and that's what happens in most of the cases. So I love being a coach and showing other people that, okay, this is what I was like, and it's not much different than what you're like right now. When I started, I knew nothing about it. I said all the wrong things, but I didn't know it. I really didn't know it until people started pointing things out. And that might be what's holding you back in your career opportunity, because communication does sell. You are a good communicator. People are going to look at that as that person has got something on the ball, and I want that person in my company.
Oh, so well worded. I really like that. Very well done. If you want to learn more about Toastmasters itself, now this is our club, Tower Talkers. If you want to learn more about Toastmasters itself, you can go to toastmasters.org. Ray, I am so excited. Anything final that you want to be sure and people were to know before we were to finish up?
I encourage you to join our club. There's no better one than Tower Talkers Toastmasters, because number one, we've got seasoned Toastmasters. We're talking what we call the highest level in Toastmasters as far as rankings. There's different rankings as you get older or you get more experienced in Toastmasters, but the highest level in Toastmasters is a distinguished Toastmaster, or a DTM for short. We've got a multitude of different DTMs or almost DTMs as well in our club. If you want a club that has lots of experience, and they're very well at getting across to you in a way that's not hurtful to you in any way, they do it in a way of, okay, you might get a better reaction if you do it this way. But they don't point fingers at anybody and say, no, 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 you're doing it all wrong. And you would be shocked at the feedback that the way that you get it, it's powerful, it's explanatory of exactly how to improve on that. But it's never about you got to be perfect the next time. It may take, I don't know, it took Terry Ann maybe 7 or 8 speeches.
A few there.
By that time, she had it down. And look at her now. Her wings are just eyes. Oh. But that's what Tower Talkers has going for it. And probably a lot of the other clubs too, but specifically for me, Tower Talkers is the one I know the most about.
Oh, thank you for that. I had some great people to watch, to learn from, and excellent feedback to help me to grow. And I know even in doing these online types of things, I was joking with someone earlier. I have some older videos on here from when I decided, okay, I'm going to step out. I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm not always so smooth right now, but let me tell you, those are not smooth at all. And I want to remove them, but I don't. Because one, I need the reminder of how far I've come. And anybody who wants to look and say, yeah, well, I don't have your skills, look back a couple of years. I didn't have them either. There's only one way to get them. And to me, Toastmasters is the place to get that guidance, that support. And I love a phrase we once heard, nobody's ever been fired from Toastmasters for a bad speech. Get in there and practice. Oh, Ray, I am so thankful that you came in to talk to me. Thank you so very, very much.
You're most welcome. I was glad to know Toastmasters any way that I can. I know what it did for me and what it did for you and your family. And it can do the same thing for anybody that's out there that's really doesn't know how to communicate or doesn't know how to interview for a position. There's no better place to go than Toastmasters.
If you would like more information about Toastmasters, toastmasters.org. Thank you for joining me. You've met a few of my Toastmasters friends. I have a few more friends for you to meet, so stay tuned and come back.